Hey everybody, that's right, it's Coach Ton on the So What podcast. And what are we going to be so whatting today? We're going to be talking about love. We're going to continue on. For those that saw the podcast with my special guest, Alfredo Sauce, I'm, yes, very lonely today, not having a guest, but people have been hitting me up and like, hey, Coach Ton, we want to be on your podcast. And I'm like, all right, let's do this. So there will definitely be more guests. And because the love topic, I got so many people reaching out to me. I said, okay, let's continue on this path of talking about love. And I will tell you, as a life coach and a coach with my career of coaching in the many different places that I have been lucky enough and fortunate enough to call myself a coach, I talk a lot about love. And I've been given a little nickname here of Love Coach even. Although I'm not sure if it's a good thing or a bad thing when they call me that, but because I've loved and lost so much, but maybe is why my friends hit me up and why I've been coaching folks so much on it. But I think it's because love is a huge part of our lives. It feels so good when we feel love, right? But it hurts like hell when it is gone or it needs to end. So again, great topic on podcast, and of course, why people are hitting me up like, Coach Ton, help me. I think I'm in love. I think I'm, in love, which we're going to get to. And how do I feel through it? How do I navigate? I think we all have to do it, because I also think there's different types of love, right? And one of my favorite quotes actually is a Buddhist proverb, and it says, in the end, there are only three things that matter: how much you have loved, how gentle you have lived, and how gracefully, and this is the important one, how gracefully you let go of the things that are not meant for you, which I think is the hardest thing to do when it comes to love. And so different kinds of love, right? Everybody has their own terms, and if you watch enough social media, everybody has, oh, this is what love is, this is love. There's all different kinds of love. To me, I'm going to talk just so as you're listening, you know my theories on love. I think there's three different kinds. I think there's unconditional love. It is that love you feel as a parent, that I know I feel for Freddie, right? And hopefully my mom and my dad had some unconditional love for me. I do believe it. But there is that unconditional love that sometimes you get from a family member, even friends, pets, right? They love you no matter what. You can do no wrong. There's nothing you can do wrong. They're going to show up for you. Unconditional love. The other two, I think, are where it gets tricky and you hear all the theories kind of change and move around. And that is romantic, intimate love, and I think platonic love, right? That friendship love. And I think it gets kind of messy because, of a conversation I will tell you that I had with a friend of mine this weekend. And we were talking about this. And she said to me, she's like, well, what about friends that you want to have sex with? And it's a common theme that I've been hearing a lot about. And I is like, yeah, to me, you've got platonic love that is, with a friend. And it is the love you're giving because you feel safe with that friend. You know that they're going to be there for you. You can share things, and there is a platonic love. You would never want anything to happen to them and all those things. And then you have the intimate romantic love where you're like, and in this case, my friend was like, I don't want to be romantic. I know my friend is crazy. I don't, but yeah, I like to hit with them every once in a while. And it's like, okay, well, what is that then, Ton? And I said, well, that to me is a platonic love that you have with that friend. And yeah, sex to you may not be as intimate, and so yeah, you can have sex with that person and it's still a platonic friendship because there's no intimate relationship that is growing, which is that third type, that is that romantic, intimate. It is that partner, that life partner you're looking for, that intimacy that you share in the bedroom or just in conversation or in heart vibes, right? So to me, those are the three different types of love. And I will tell you, so many people are afraid of love because Why? Because it hurts like hell when you love something and then it's gone, right? And it can happen with, unconditional love, because your parent dies, right? Your pet dies, right? Like, and then all of a sudden that love is gone, but it's not truly gone, right? Love always still exists in my theories, right? And in my so what, like, so what? Someone with life is a journey, and then yes, it ends in a way, and then hopefully spiritually something else happens. But it still exists, right? It still exists because, if you were in my life, this is what I teach Freddie as well. Like, if you love someone unconditionally and they pass, keep talking about them, keep bringing them into your life and sharing stories. That is what I do. I will tell you, my son never got the chance to meet my grandparents, but he knows how much I loved them and how much they loved me. And he knows them. He knows stories about them because I refuse to let that love die. And, and so again, I think that we can't be afraid, even of that unconditional to like that. Yeah, well, if I love someone that much or something, and then they die, well, then what happens to that love? It still exists, folks, right? But the love that I know that hurts us a lot is that, that it's the relationship, love, that intimate, romantic love that can hurt us, and our friends who we thought we thought it was safe, and then all of a sudden your friend does something shitty and you're like, what the hell? Like, I thought you were my friend and you just said that about me, or you just hurt me in a way I didn't expect it, right? And then there's the romantic love that we can fall in and it feels so good and it's so great, and then all of a sudden it is gone for whatever reason. And that it makes it so you want to avoid it. And a lot of what I talk about is like, but we can't stop, right? Because we should not hinder our ability to feel just because of what might happen, right? Because if you don't, then you'll never feel the great things that can happen from allowing that love to enter in to your soul and into your heart. I will tell you, for those that know me, I worked a long time in home health and hospice, and I learned about the 5 stages, of grief, and I have taken those and I have used them so much in my life, because it's grief, it's loss. It's not just when someone dies. It actually, has helped me a lot with love, with all of those folks, friends, and and like I said, in partnerships, relationships, romantic love, right? So what are the 5 stages? If you don't know, the first one is we deny, right? And we deny that that we've actually lost it, that we've lost that love, and we swirl and we will do anything to try to like keep it. We'll stop talking to the person, or we will stop contact with them, or we will stop mentioning their names in hopes that it's going to make us feel better, right? But it doesn't, right? Because we've got to go through the process. Again, the 5 stages. Second stage is anger. You've done it, pissed off. I'll tell you, I remember when one of my girls broke my heart a long time ago. I broke every damn CD in that person's car, and I still feel bad about it today. Sorry about that. But I was pissed. I was angry. And it is a part of it, and you've got to feel it. I truly believe like you've got to let out in a safe way. Don't go breaking people's shit, doing some crazy stuff. Don't hear me say that. But you have to feel that anger, right? It is a part of like losing someone, is anger that, that it was there and now it is gone, and, and there is nothing truly that you can do about it, because you got to let it go. And then there is the bargaining that happens, right? That's the third one. if only I'd done this, if I only said that, if I only, told her I loved her more, I bought her more flowers, maybe if she did this, then maybe if she showed up differently to me, maybe if we could communicate different, maybe if I could hear, I could listen, I could slow myself down, whatever, all the what ifs that you bargain with yourself. You got to go through that. Yeah, it hurts and it sucks because and you're writing list after friggin' list. Believe me, I've done it, right? But you got to, again, go through it. And then's the hard one. And this one, I will tell you, is probably the hardest one for me when I've gone through it. And it's that depression. It is that sadness, that emptiness, that the reality is kind of sinking in, that you're like, oh my goodness, it's gone, right? There is nothing that I can do at this point to bring this person back into my life. Again, in a romantic way, in a friendship way, however it is. And it just sucks. Because it is and it is so hard, and you can swirl and listen to the music and try to get over it. That's my vice, is I listen to music over and over, trying to help remedy what it is that has happened. And you got to try to figure out that way to pull yourself up and out, because then you finally get to the most important phase of acceptance, right? You come to, it happened, I'm hurt, and I'm gonna heal. And I think that that is so critical, right? The acceptance part, because when we heal, we've actually are figuring out the lessons. And I will tell you, every friend I've had, every partner, girlfriend I've had has taught me so much about myself. And I will tell you, the acceptance sometimes looks different because it can take you a while. And I have learned so much from the people that I have brought into my life, like I said, as friends and as lovers. And I get to being very thankful about it, because you do learn a lot, and you learn when you gotta change. I've told you folks, right? Sometimes we gotta say, so what? And we gotta just change, because it makes a better us. And you can change at any age. I do not believe that we stop the ability of growing and learning about ourselves just because we hit some age bracket or number and we're like, oh, we can't learn anymore. No, that's so not true. I am so thankful. And yeah, I haven't, like my friend Alfredo, found this once in a lifetime love that I truly believe this guy's going to get married, and I can't wait for that wedding, even if it's in another 20 years. But I have not been blessed with that. I have gone through a lot of different relationships and heartaches, and yes, been married, divorced. But I have learned from each and every one of them how to be a better me, how to show up as a better person. And I believe that I have benefited from that, and so have the people that I have brought into my life later on, right? And I continue to learn. Oh my God, do I continue to learn? God, I realized that my East Coast, here's the newest ones that I've my East Coast talk, and I, over the last, I would say probably 10 years, I have really focused on being a better listener, and it has changed my life. And I'll tell you, come from the East Coast, I didn't think I needed to listen. I knew everything, still do some days, but I have grown to really learn to listen, and by listening, learning a lot about myself, of how to be patient. And it's allowed for me to be patient with myself as I've gone through other things in my life that have nothing to do with love. But it is because of those people that have come into my life that I've brought in, and I have loved and been loved, and been cared for, that have allowed me to grow in ways I can't even imagine, even at, this young age of 54. So, but yeah. So what I guess I want to end with is, yeah, heartache hurts. It is painful, but it is also beautiful. And a quote that I actually have that is tattooed on me, which I wish I could kind of change a little bit and add this word, and so I'm going to change it for you today. But it is, I believe that love and pain are inevitable, but misery is optional. And so I say that to you, and I end on this podcast today with it, is that, yeah, like, it's okay to love. It's okay to feel pain from love. Know if it is causing you to be miserable, and leave that love, right? Because by leaving, you're going to learn, and yeah, you're going to go through these 5 stages, but you're going to learn so much, and you're going to be so thankful, because love is beautiful, my friends. And, we only get so many days, and we've got to say, so what if it friggin' hurts? I'm going to go do it. I'm going to feel all those great things that I can feel from it. And I am going to let it go if it doesn't work out. And I am going to grow from it. I'm going to become a better friend, partner, like parent, family member, whatever it is, because I allowed for it. Don't push it away. Do not push that love away as much as it may hurt. I promise you, you will gain so much more from just allowing that person into your life. Even like I said, if it causes heartache, it is going to be rewarding in the end, because we only get so many days. And the more people I truly believe that we allow in our lives, the better we are for it. So anyways, I hope this podcast helped you. Hit me up if there's something you want to discuss, hear about. And if you want to join me on the So What podcast, DM me, let me know. Love to have you here. All right, everyone, have a great day.